Good evening. How is everyone doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. For those that are catching the live replay, welcome. Leave me a comment in the comment section. Let me know where you are watching from and let me know if this live session was helpful. And for those that are joining me live, welcome. How are you doing? Leave me a message to let me know where you are tuning in from. I'm always interested to know where you guys are listening in from. So, on today's live, we are going to be talking about hair goals. Hair goals, the hair goals you have for your little one in 2022. And we are going to be taking action this month so that we are able to be ahead of the game in January 2022. We want to enter January 2022 already knowing what we're doing, knowing exactly the action steps that we need to take, and also, of course, hitting those hair goals that you have for your little one. Hi, Neka. Hope you're well. Where are you tuning in from? To the other mamas, papas, whoever's watching, let me know where you're tuning in from. So that's what I really want us to discuss tonight. I really want to help you to achieve the goals that you have for your little one in 2022. We don't want any kind of setbacks in 2022. I want your little one's hair to be flourishing. I want you to be proud of your little one's hair. I want you to understand what you're doing with your little one's hair, all of that good stuff. So that's what I want us to talk about today, mainly focusing on goals and actions we need to take in order for you to achieve those goals in 2022. But like I said, we need to start that now rather than later. Aylesbury, okay. Hey, Irene, I hope I pronounced your name right. Irene from Africa, Uganda. Wow, amazing, amazing, amazing. Welcome, ladies. I hope you are doing amazingly well. Okay, cool. So before we get started, I want to ask you a couple of questions actually. What if in 2022 from Bahamas, hey, Glow with Paige, how are you doing? Okay, so what if in 2022 your little one's hair was much more healthier than it is in 2021? What if in 2022 your little one's edges is no longer breaking? What if in 2022 your little one's hair is retaining moisture? So it's no longer dry, but it's retaining moisture. What if in 2022 your little one's hair isn't breaking anymore, so they're actually starting to retain length? What if in 2022 you actually have all the knowledge you need to actually succeed on your little one's hair journey? What if? How does that sound to you, mamas, right now? What if all of the goals that you have for your little one's hair in 2022, you were able to achieve it in 2022? How would that make you feel? How would that make you feel? What if in 2022, your daughter, your son starts to actually appreciate their hair? Your daughter, your son, your little one actually starts to accept their hair rather than asking you for a different type of texture, rather than always asking you to have their hair straightened. What if they actually learn to love their hair because of how you treat their hair, because of the education that you have gotten? So now you're able to handle their hair well. Also, because of the representation that you have been showing them through books, dolls, the education you've been giving them, what if they actually truly end up loving their crown? How would that make you feel? Let me know in the comments. Welcome to those that have joined. And like I said, for those watching live, hey, leave me a comment in the chat box and let me know how you're enjoying this live session if you're watching a replay. And of course, to the moms that are already on here, how would that make you feel? Let me know in the comments. Since I started following you 2 months ago, my children's hair has greatly improved, growing longer, less dry, looks well taken care of. Problem is thickness is still lacking. Okay, so just in 2 months of following, that's amazing, by the way, amazing. I'm so happy for you, and thank you for riding with me for those 2 months, and thank you for actually trusting me and listening to what I have to say and applying what I have been teaching you, and now you're seeing progress with your little ones. That's amazing. So that actually goes to show you that in just a short space of time, your little one can achieve amazing results with their hair in just a short space of time. So if we take December, we're just now in December. By the way, happy new month, everyone. We're in December. I can't believe it. But that just goes to show you that if we start in December, start taking action, by summertime next year, you'll be laughing. Do you know what I mean? Okay, so in terms of thickness, thickness is something that is genetics. If I'm going to be totally honest with you, thickness is genetics. So, for example, my son, if you've seen his hair on any of my videos, he has high density. So he has very thick, full hair. He also has very thick individual strands. That's all down to genetics. It's not down to the products I'm using, anything like that. This is just what he genetically is supposed to have. So maybe for your little one, maybe naturally, genetically, she's not meant to have, thick hair. Maybe she has medium density or more on the lower side of the medium density. Maybe that's what she naturally just has. I would say give it some time. It's only been 2 months. Give it some time. Over time, you'll be able to tell if that's her true density. And the reason why I'm saying that's because 5 years ago, when I wasn't taking care of my hair wasn't as full as it is today. It really wasn't. It was much more thinner. It didn't have the thickness. My hair was actually quite see-through. So when I would leave my hair out, you could see through my hair, particularly around the ends of my hair. You could really see through it. But now, if you watch any of my videos, my hair appears to be much more thicker than it really is. I actually have medium density hair. So my hair isn't as full or thick as my son, but my individual strands are very thick. So it gives the illusion of thicker hair when I really don't have thick hair. I have medium density. But compared to what I had before, which was more on the low side, my density, the thickness has increased, but it's only increased because that's where genetically my hair is supposed to be. So that's what I'm saying. Give it some time. If genetically the thickness that your little one's hair is supposed to be at is where she's at right now, then we just got to have to accept it. However, if in, like, let's say 6 months to a year, you start noticing that hair is becoming thicker or fuller, that's just because you're taking good care of her hair, and genetically you're now where her hair is supposed to be in terms of the thickness. I hope that makes sense. Okay, cool. Hey, Francesca, Renee. I feel so good and empowered. I'm glad you feel good and I'm glad you feel empowered. Ladies, I have seen so many before and after pictures for my clients, right? Over the last 3 years, I have seen everything. I have seen children who were balding go from no hair, children that, were losing their edges, go from no edges to edges, children that, their moms felt like their hair wasn't growing, the growth had stunted to achieve an amazing length. Even for my daughter, myself, if someone had told me 5 years ago when I was pregnant with her, I always prayed that she would have long hair. But if someone had told me, Novella, by the time your daughter's 5, she's going to have hair past her bum, I would have been like, she's black. What are you talking about? That's not possible for a black person. But her hair is past her bum right now, and she's 5. She is 5. Okay, so anything is possible if you put in the work. A lot of you, your mindset needs to change. A lot of you feel like it's not genetically possible. A lot of you feel like my daughter or my son is a mixed race, so their hair can't grow long. A lot of you haven't even accepted the kind of hair that your child has currently, whether that's kinky, coily, curly, whatever the case may be. You need to accept their hair, you need to love their hair, and you need to get the education in order for you to know how to take care of their hair. Because when it comes to natural hair, I'm not going to lie to you, mamas, it's a skill. I had to learn everything that I talk about in my videos, the way I treat my children's hair. It wasn't something that they told me at the hospital when I delivered my children. It wasn't something that my mom spoke to me about, when I was younger. I had to read books. I've spoken to scientists, I've spoken to trichologists, I've spoken to dermatologists, I've taken courses. In January, actually, I'm going to take a course, a trichology course. So I want to study to become a trichologist. So all the time I am learning. And because I'm learning, I'm able to share that information with you. And because I'm learning, I'm able to serve you better. And because I'm learning, I'm able to take care of my children's hair better and take care of my hair better. So it's a win-win situation. So I really do encourage you to, learn more and put in the work. So I'm really happy for you, Francesca. Okay, where are we? Okay, I'm amazed already of some of the goals in 2021. So when I hear you say 2022, I can't wait. Seriously, I can't wait either. I really have a good feeling about 2022. I know like 2020, 2021 has been hard for a lot of us. We've lost some lives. Some of us have been ill. A lot of things have happened. But even in all of that, a lot of us have still been able to achieve amazing goals, whether that be personally, whether that be our hair goals, whatever the case may be, some people have still been able to achieve goals. So I just wanted to come on live and really give you that positivity, motivation, because I'm all about positivity. I like to speak life into my life. I like to speak life into my hair, my children's hair. Like, you never hear me say anything negative about my children's hair. I'm not going to lie to you. When I had my son, his hair was very different from my daughter. So I kind of thought in my mind, why is his hair so difficult to take care of? Why is his hair so dry? Why is his hair not like my firstborn? Because her hair was more curly, more softer, and more easier to manage. So deep down, I was a bit disappointed because I just thought they would have exactly the same hair. But as soon as I learned how to take care of his hair and accepted his hair for what it was, because he has more of a roughness to his hair in terms of the feel of his hair in comparison to my first daughter, and he also has the thickest hair out of all of them. But I realized that as soon as I started to love his hair and learn to take care of his individual hair and understand his individual hair needs, that's when things just started to change. And now his hair is waist length, no, past his waist length. His hair is tailbone length, so past his waist, and he's only 3. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, it's possible. It's possible. But I'm glad that you are excited for 2022. Can I do an updated hair routine? I will do. I'm going to record an updated hair routine for my own hair. Okay, so who is this? Hey, I've been following you for about 2+ years. Wow, you are an OG. I had an adult hair call and it was the best decision ever. Amazing. I've seen the true texture of my girl's hair. They both retained length and continue to be fuller and longer. Oh my goodness. That just warms my heart. Honestly, that just warms my heart. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. Guys, by the way, everything I talk about on my channel can be applied to adult hair. Like, there's no exception. Maybe in terms of certain products, there may be some exception, but everything in terms of technique, routines, everything applies, like regime, the types of products you're going to use. All of those things can be applied to adult hair. So yeah, pay attention if you're trying to grow your hair, trying to see results with your hair as well. Definitely pay attention to my videos because it will help you. All the videos I've done about dryness, edges breaking, you can apply that to your own hair as well. But I'm so, so happy. So happy. That's actually made me really happy. Okay, so the only issue I have is me being persistent and sticking to a routine. Develop the best guy. Thank you. Okay, so that is something that, again, I'm going to be very honest with you. When it comes to hair care, that's an area where I'm the most consistent. My hair care, my children's hair care, and my business. These are the areas that I've been most consistent in my life. And I found that because I've been so consistent in these areas, those areas have flourished. Other areas of my life, like for example, trying to lose weight. I've had 3 children. Obviously, my body isn't the same. In that area, trust me, I am not doing so well. And I'm not doing so well is because I don't have a plan. I haven't really put much thought into it. I haven't planned working out. I haven't planned eating well. Like, it's just not a thought to me. So it's difficult for me to be consistent or even start, because I don't even know where I'm going in terms of losing weight. I don't even know how much weight I want to lose. I just know that I want to lose weight, particularly in my stomach area, and that's it. However, when it comes to my business, Naturally Crowned, and also my hair and my children's hair, I'm completely different. I know exactly what I'm doing, when I'm doing it, how often I'm doing it. I have the knowledge, I'm taking courses. Like, my mindset is completely different. So, what this has taught me over the years is that whatever I put my mind to, whatever I make time for, it flourishes. So, what I'd say to you is that now that we're in December, going into 2022, write down whatever you want to achieve for your hair. And we're going to talk about that in a second. I'll help you out a bit more, but write everything down. Write down your plan of action. So there's no point in having goals if we don't know the steps you're going to take to achieve that. So for you, it's consistency. Do you have a hair planner for your hair? So, as some of you may know, I actually sell a hair planner. So this is what I sell, the natural hair planner for moms. And I use this for myself and I use this for my children. So in this planner, basically, I track what I'm going to do in terms of weekly. Let me see if I can show you something here. I track what I do weekly for myself and for my children. I make notes. What's my recent? Let me just pick any page. But basically, I just track what I'm doing for my hair and my children's hair, our wash days, when I moisturize their hair. And then every month, I have a calendar as well that I know exactly like what I'm going to be doing on what day. So this was for November. I'll show you for October. This was like the monthly plan of our wash days, moisturizing days, and this is November. As I mentioned to you ladies, I have 3 children. So basically, this is what I have, and this is what I use to help me stay consistent. So I know what I'm doing, when I'm doing it, how often I'm doing it. I'm making notes, I'm making observations. Obviously, because this is what I do for work, I'm always reading stuff, always doing stuff. So that also helps me to be motivated as well, because I know that I have to show up well for you. If my hair is breaking or my children's hair is breaking, you're not going to believe what I'm saying, right? So I have to put in the work. So that also keeps me motivated. But maybe for you as well, maybe you need to join like a group. Like, I have a membership of about 100 moms currently in a membership. Maybe you need to be in an environment like that where you have other moms who are on the same journey or similar journey as you. And maybe that will help you to stay motivated. Maybe joining more of my lives, watching more of my videos. I mean, just do whatever you can to be consistent. And also, what I'll say to you is that you have to make it a point to be consistent. It's not every time I feel motivated to show up on YouTube or to do these lives. I'm actually very tired today, but I wanted to show up for you guys. It's not every day that I feel motivated to wash my hair, wash my 3 kids' hair. That's a lot. I have 3 children. I'm a wife. I have to cook. I have to clean. I have so many things to do. I have, 100 moms. I'm coaching my membership. I have one-to-one coaching clients. Like, I have a lot on my mind, guys. I have a lot to do. However, because this is important to me and because I've made up my mind that no matter how I feel, no matter if the motivation is there or not, I'm going to be disciplined. So I'm disciplined in this area of my life. And because I'm disciplined, consistency is also there as well. So that's the advice I'll give you. I hope that's helpful. Okay. Okay, so before, it is a mindset thing for sure. It is. Before I continue with the questions, let me continue with what I was going to talk about, because, guys, I can go on and on and on, and I'm not going to get through what I actually came here to talk about. Okay, so let me go to my notes, see where I was. Okay, so let's set some goals for December. We're going to set some goals and we're going to set some action plans, okay? So for me personally, my goals, so I'll go first. So my goals for 2022 when it comes to hair care, for my children, my children's hair is quite healthy. I'm happy with their hair, but I want to maintain what they have. Also want to see more length retention in 2022. I basically want to see like how long their hair can grow. In all honesty, I'm happy with their current length, but I want to see how much more their hair can grow. Obviously, I have my last child who just turned 1 recently. I also want to make sure that I am paying attention to her hair, nurturing her hair, and just giving her hair everything it needs. For my hair as well, maintenance right now, I don't have any issues with my hair. I just want to see how long my hair can grow. And most importantly, I want us to have even healthier hair going into 2022. And I mentioned this earlier as well. I want to study trichology. So in January, I'll be starting my trichology course. Why am I doing that? Is because I want to gain even more knowledge so I can help you guys more, so I can serve you more, and so that I can actually have even more knowledge and more knowledge to talk about things that I may not have known in 2021, because I don't know everything about hair care, but I know that there's a lot out there that I need to know. So I'm willing to go and get that knowledge so I can pass it on to you guys and also help myself, my children, and my clients as well. So those are my goals. In the comments, mamas, let me know what your goals are for 2022 when it comes to your hair or your children's hair. If you don't have any goals set yet or you haven't thought about it, I'm going to help you. Hopefully, through this live, I can give you some ideas or some goals that you may want to write down or have it in mind so that we can put some action steps into place. So let me know in the comments some of the goals that you may have, and then I'll come back to the other questions. Thank you, ladies. Let me know, what are some of your goals? Let me know your goals that you have for 2022. Like I said, if you don't have any goals, don't worry. Let's talk about some goals that you could possibly put into place. So goal number 1 for you could be that you want to grow your little one's hair, so length retention, or maybe that their edges you've recently, or maybe it's been a while, you've noticed that your little one's edges is thinning or breaking. Maybe you want that to grow out as well. So you want them to have healthier edges. So what is the action that we're going to take to help us achieve those goals? And these actions, you can start them straight away. You don't have to wait until January. Remember, we want to be ahead of the game by the time January 2022 comes, okay? So one of the actions could be, let's backtrack. What are we doing that is preventing the hair from retaining length? What are some of the things that we're doing that's causing breakage to your little one's edges, for example? So what kind of styles are you doing on a regular basis? Are you doing styles that are causing a lot of tension, particularly around the hairline? Do you need to change your little one's bonnet? I've actually done a video on this recently, how to grow your little one's edges, or the reasons why your little one's edges could be breaking. Check that out. But could it be that the bonnet, the type of bonnet you're using for your little one isn't the right type, that is probably pushing backwards as they're sleeping, or maybe it's not even silk or satin? What is causing a breakage in the first place? So the first action for this would be, find out what's causing the breakage and then stop it. Basically stop it so that you can see some length retention. So that could be one of your goals and action plan. The next goal could be, you want your little one to have more moisturized hair. So your little one's hair is currently dry, but you want it to start retaining length, make it become more moisturized, have more elasticity and overall healthy hair. If that's the case, you need to review your little one's regime. How often do you wash your little one's hair? As you guys know, I always say that when it comes to moisture retention or moisturized hair, that starts on wash day. If you're waiting 4 weeks, 6 weeks, 2 months, 3 months to wash your little one's hair, they're not going to achieve moisturized hair. So we need to start from wash day. What are the types of products you're using? Are you using the right types of products? For example, if you are moisturizing your little one's hair with just grease or just shea butter or just oils, the hair will still be dry. Are you actually using a true moisturizer? So maybe the action point for you is to find out if you're using the right types of products. And when I say types of products, I don't mean specific brands. I mean, for example, do you have a gentle cleansing shampoo that you can use on a weekly basis, for example? Does your little one's hair need to be clarified now? Are they at the age where the hair needs to be clarified? So do you need a clarifying shampoo? Do you have a deep conditioner in your little one's regime? Deep conditioning is amazing for their hair, great for softening their hair, great for moisture retention, all of that good stuff. Do you have the right types of products to moisturize your little one's hair? Remember, butters, oils, greases, they're all not moisturizers. So do you have the right types of products to moisturize their hair? So maybe that can be an action plan for you to go and look at what you have in your cabinet in terms of types of products. Do you have the right types of products for their hair needs, and based on their age as well? Okay, so the next one is, it could be consistency. I know a couple of you have typed in the comments that you want to be consistent. So when it comes to consistency, do you have a regime in place? Do you know what you're doing when you're doing it, how often you're doing it? Do you have a planner like my planner? Oops, upside down. Like my planner, the natural hair planner for moms. Do you have one of these? Or even if it's not my planner, by the way, if you're interested in a planner, guys, the link is in the description box underneath this video. You can find all the links there as well. So if you don't have my planner, for example, do you have a notepad, for example, that you can write down your little one's regime, just so that it's written so you know what you're following, knowing what you're doing? Yeah, consistency. Are you part of a membership? Are you part of a Facebook group? I mentioned already that I have a membership. Are you part of that? If not, why? That can help you be more consistent. Or are you part of a Facebook group? Maybe there's a Facebook group out there for, moms with children with natural hair that may be struggling in some areas. That could help you be consistent, being in that kind of group with like-minded moms, for example. Watching my lives, watching my videos, maybe that will help you to be consistent, all of that good stuff. Like, what are you going to do? Because you know yourself best. Like, what are you going to do to be consistent? For me, I know myself. I'm quite a lazy person naturally. So for me, if it isn't written down, if it isn't in my calendar, it's not happening. So I have to write things down, put it in my calendar for it to happen. So guys, write things down. If you want to be consistent, write it down, have a plan, and then put some action steps. It's all good and well for us to say, I want to be consistent. I want my little one to have long hair, but how are we going to get there? Because your little one can have long hair. That is easy. That's the easiest part. The hardest part is actually doing the work. That's where a lot of people fail. A lot of moms won't see their children's hair become long or the full potential of their children's hair because, one, they don't even believe it's possible. Secondly, they're not willing to put in the work. I hear a lot of moms countless times tell me, Novella, I'm so busy. I have like 3 children. I'm a wife. I work. Yes, same here. I'm a mom of 3 children. I also have a husband who's my fourth child. I have to cook, I have to clean, I have my business. Like, I also have things to do. I'm busy. Do you know what I mean? But I'm still able to be consistent because I'm determined to be consistent. I'm determined. Like, there's just there's no nothing. I have to do it. I have to do it. Okay. But I told you as well in the beginning that when it comes to certain areas in my life, it's completely different. And it's because I don't have the time for it. Not that I don't have the time, I don't make the time. We all make time for what's important to us. That's the honest truth. We all have the same amount of hours in a day, a year, whatever, but we make time for what's important. Some of us love to talk on the phone, gossip with our friends, watch Netflix, watch videos on YouTube, while some of us are actually putting pen to paper, writing down our goals so that by 2022, we can be achieving those goals. So if you want to achieve certain goals for your little one, you got to act different. Like what you were doing in 2021, you can't be taking that into 2022. If it didn't work in 2021, it's not going to work in 2022. That's actually something I learned years ago. One company I was working for, my manager, she said to me, Novella, what you were doing a couple of months ago clearly isn't working, but you're still doing the same thing over and over again, thinking that you're going to achieve different results. That's crazy. It was embarrassing, but she was very right. Like, I'm doing the same things over and over again, hoping for different results. It's not going to happen. When I was struggling with my natural hair 5 years ago, I was doing the same rubbish things over and over again, hoping for change. I kept watching several YouTube videos, buying products for the sake of buying it because I thought I was going to get some amazing results. I thought my texture would change. I thought my hair would be more curlier. Why? I don't even have that texture in the first place. There's no product, unless I get like a curly perm, that's going to make my hair curly. There's no product that's going to make my hair healthy if I'm missing other steps in my regime. Do you know what I mean? So once I realized that I'm doing the same things, it's not working, like something has to change. Something has to change. Like it doesn't make sense to me. I've had the same length hair. So before I started taking care of my hair properly, my hair was actually shoulder length by then. So I had hair about here. So to some people that was long, but to me, I knew my hair had more potential. So when I started to change things up, because I finally understood what I was doing, why I was doing certain things, I stopped becoming a product junkie because I was a big time product junkie. I stopped all of that, just understood the basic products that I needed for my hair needs. And then I started taking my hair care seriously, taking it seriously, putting in the work, studying, buying courses, as I mentioned. That's when my hair did a 360. You know, my hair right now is tailbone length. My hair's never been that length in my whole life. My hair's always been like just above bra strap or my shoulders. It was stuck at that length for a while. I've been natural for over 11 years. And over those 11 years, it's been between just above bra strap and shoulder length. But now, because I know what I'm doing and I have that knowledge now, my hair is now tailbone length. Okay. So, yeah. So, the next goal that you may have for you is to get some help. Get some help. Okay. Some of you in 2021, you've wanted to do this by yourself. You've been doing it by yourself the whole of 2021, and you're still seeing the same results. Your little one's hair is still balding, it's still the same length. It's been a year. Okay. In January, you said you're going to do this by yourself. Your little one's hair is still the same length. You've cut your little one's hair 3 or 4 times. It's still balding, and you still refuse to get help. And when I say get help, you could either get help from a coach, a hair coach like me. If you don't want to work with me, that's fine. There's so many other coaches out there, but get some help. You may need to see a trichologist, a dermatologist. I'm a hair care coach. I'm not a dermatologist or a trichologist yet. Not yet, but soon. But you may need to see someone else. Maybe you've tried everything. You've listened to all of my advice. You've, purchased my courses. You have booked a hair audit call with me, but your little one's hair is still breaking. It's still thinning. It's still balding. Maybe there's something else outside of hair care that needs to be checked. Maybe something else is going on internally. Maybe there's some kind of vitamin deficiency. So if that's the case, maybe you need to seek help from a trichologist or dermatologist. Don't put that off, because the longer you leave it, the worse you could be making things. But if you just go and see a dermatologist, a trichologist, they can possibly tell you, like, look, it's just a vitamin deficiency. Let's prescribe some vitamin D or iron or whatever the case may be, and you're good to go. I've had several clients that have been in that position. They've booked coaching with me. 6 months later, they're still at a standstill. That is not possible if something else is not happening internally, or deficiency or something else. If there's nothing else going on, everything I teach works. Is not rocket science. Unless there's something else going on, you're not going to see those results. So what I'll say to you is that if that's one of your goals, to get help, what is the action you're going to take? Look out for some dermatologists, trichologists in your area. Look online, just type in trichologists in your area, a list will come up. Or if you know someone, contact them, maybe from Instagram or something. Or maybe it's not even a dermatologist, trichologist, maybe it's a hair coach. Guys, I'm here to help you. You've watched my free videos, you've downloaded my guides, you still don't want to book me. Why? The advice I give on here, my videos and my free guides, they are just general advice. They aren't specific to your child's hair needs. However, if I speak to you one-on-one via a hair audit call or via one-to-one coaching, I'm actually focusing on your child's specific hair needs. I'm going through your child's specific regime, the regime that you have created for them. Whether that regime is effective or not, I'm able to tell you because I've gone through the regime, and I can tell you if the regime is effective or not. Maybe the type of products you're using, you think they're the right types of products. Maybe they're not. There's been several times I've spoken to mums via a hair audit call, and they've said to me, yeah, my products are good. I'm actually very proud. And then when I go through their products, they don't even have the basic stuff that they need. Do you know what I mean? But they're not able to see that because they don't have that knowledge. Whereas me, I speak to hundreds of moms, so I'm able to recognize that very quickly and give you advice so to fast track your results. Remember, if you're that person I'm speaking to, if it's you, your little one's hair has been the same the whole year. There hasn't been any change. Whenever I share before and after pictures on Instagram or in some of my videos, I get some comments, saying, wow, that was only like 6 months. It was only like 3 months. Oh, it's just a year. And look how much growth or how much progress. Yes, you can see progress quite quickly. The hair actually grows 0.5 inches a month. That's 6 inches in a year, 12 inches in 2 years. So if your child was bald, completely bald, no hair, by the time 2 years from today, they will have at least shoulder length hair. At least shoulder length hair. My daughter is 1, my youngest daughter, and her hair is already past like her neck, is nearly hitting her shoulders. And she's only 1. I don't do anything magical or special in her regime. I've posted it on YouTube. I'll show you what I use. I've shown you what I do. There isn't anything magical or special about what I do for her hair. The only reason why she's able to retain length is because I'm being consistent and because I know what I'm doing. That's it. That is it. Okay. So if you need to get some help, get some help. Click the link under this video. If you want to, it's not by force. If you want to book a consultation with me, click the link below and book it. If you want to book it with someone else, I'm not going to be offended. Do that. Or if you need to book an appointment with a dermatologist or trichologist, book it this month. Book it this month. So this month you can get an appointment if there is one available, or by January you can get an appointment. But at least you're taking action to actually book that appointment. Okay. So the next goal for you might be to educate yourself. Maybe you're the mom that feels like you don't know what you're doing, you don't know how to do certain things, you don't know where to start, where to begin, where to end, you're just confused. There's so much information out there, you don't know who to believe, you're just confused. Educate yourself. How are you going to do that? Purchase some books, purchase some masterclasses. Like I said, guys, I sell masterclasses on my website, www.naturalcrownuk.com. I sell masterclasses. Maybe you need to join a membership. I have a membership of, like I said, 100 moms. I teach different subjects every month. I go live answering questions. Like, I'm there to really support the moms in the membership. I'm actually opening the membership back up in January. For anyone that's interested in joining, the link is also in the description box below this video if you want to join the wait list. But maybe that's something you need to do so that in January you can actually get all the knowledge you need, so that by then you can put things into place and actually start seeing results for your little one's hair. Maybe you need to, like I said, start reading books. There are loads of books on hair care, scientific books out there. Maybe you need to book yourself on a course, like whatever you need to do to educate yourself. Like I said, when it comes to natural hair care, you can't wing it. If you don't know, you don't know. Okay, like anything in this world, we have to learn. We have to learn. So if that's your goal, you know what the action is to achieve that goal. The next thing could be you're a product junkie and you want to stop being a product junkie. You're sick and tired of buying products. You've wasted a lot of money on products. They don't work. They're not working. They're promising growth. They're promising curlier hair. They're promising the world. But you've used it, you've purchased it, and it isn't working. So being a product junkie isn't working for you. So you now want to understand what is the actual types of products that I need that's actually going to help me on this journey, make it easier for me to, care for my little one's hair, make it more manageable, make it more moisturized, help with the health of the hair, help with length retention. What are the actual types of products I need? That could be your goal, to stop being a product junkie. The action to take here is to actually find out the types of products you need. Do you need a weekly shampoo that is more gentle to use regularly? Do you need a clarifying shampoo, as I mentioned before? Do you need deep conditioner in your little one's regime? Do you need a proper moisturizer, grease, and shea butter on its own, nothing else? Do you know what I mean? So what are the types of products that you need to help you with your little one's hair? So that's another action point for you and a goal as well. The next thing could be for your little one to have healthy hair. Healthy hair is achievable for every child, every adult out there. In order to achieve healthy hair, we need to understand what we're actually dealing with in the first place. So maybe you need to understand your little one's hair type. Do they have high density hair? Do they have low density hair? Do they have medium density hair? Do they have thick strands? Do they have hair that looks dry but is actually moisturized? There's some children who have matte looking hair. So they might have black hair, but it's more matte. And those that have the matte looking hair, so matte black, the hair looks dry in comparison to someone that has more of a sheen. So if you see any of my videos with my hair out, I have naturally hair that has sheen to it. Whereas in comparison to like my niece, for example, she has a matte black brown hair color. So her hair looks dry in appearance, but when you touch her hair is very soft. It's very moisturized, it's very healthy. So if you understand that that is the natural characteristics of your little one's hair and you accept it, you're just going to do the right things to take care of it so that her hair or his hair can flourish in that state. Does that make sense? So getting to know your little one's hair, putting together a regime, having good hair care practices. Maybe you need to book a coach as well to help you to achieve those goals. All of that can help you achieve healthy hair for your little one. So those are goals and those are the action plans for you. So I hope that's giving you some ideas. If you didn't have any before, I hope that's giving you some ideas. Now, you're probably thinking, some of you maybe, what is the whole point of this? The whole point of this is to basically set some goals now, put some action steps into place now, so that by the time 2022 hits, you're already ahead of the game. You already know what you're doing with your little one's hair. You already have a regime. You know the types of products you need. That way, you're more likely to be motivated in 2022. That way, you're more likely to achieve the goals that you have set for your little one's hair in 2022, because now we've taken action now. That's the whole point of this. That's the whole point of this live, to motivate you to actually write some goals, think about it, and then put some action steps. You can actually take those actions and see your little one's hair flourish, because I know you want your little one's hair to flourish. I know you want healthy hair for your little one. I know you want long hair. And that's the only way we're going to achieve it, if we actually take action now, not tomorrow, not January, now. Okay, so back to your questions. I hope that was helpful, mamas. Let me scroll up. Okay, so hey Novella, quick question. Can you apply leave-in conditioner on dry hair, or you have to add water on hair first? So it depends. So for example, if you're talking about blow-dried hair, so when my hair is blow-dried, when I'm re-moisturizing it, I will apply a water-based leave-in conditioner on my dry hair without spritzing it first, and that works fine. However, when my hair is in its non-blow dried state, so in its natural form without being stretched, I tend to spritz the hair first with water and then apply leave-in conditioner. And the reason why I like to do that is because I like to hydrate the hair first. I like the hair to be a bit more flexible, easier to work with, and then I add the leave-in conditioner. It just makes things much more easy. And I also find that when I do it this way, I use less product because I've spritzed my hair first. And using the water first, you don't have to like drench the hair, make it wet. It's just a light spritz, and then you add your leave-in conditioner. So that's my preference. I mean, you could just add the leave-in conditioner because obviously water is the first ingredient, or should be the first ingredient. I'll say try it and see if you like it. If you like it and it works for you, hey, continue doing that. There isn't a set rule, but there is a method that a lot of us like to use, which is the LCO method. So your liquid first, your leave-in, and then sealing it with a butter or oil. But that's not the only way to moisturize the hair. As long as you're using a water-based leave-in, you can use the leave-in on its own. But like I said, for me personally, I like to spritz water first. It hydrates the hair a little bit first, gives the hair a bit more flexibility. It's easier for me to work with. And then I apply my leave-in, and I'm able to apply less of the leave-in because I've spritzed the hair first. So yeah, I hope that helps. What age do you encourage to start deep conditioning? Okay, so from the age of 2. Now, this isn't a set rule. It doesn't mean as soon as your little one turns 2, you have to start deep conditioning. If your little one turns 2 and using a rinse out conditioner still works fine for their hair and the hair doesn't need a deep conditioner, you don't have to. You can start deep conditioning when the hair tells you. But most of the time, and from experience, when they turn 2, the rinse out conditioner is no longer doing what it should be doing. And then adding that deep conditioner just gives it that extra oomph. Now, with deep conditioners, they work on mostly on the surface of the hair. So they work mostly on the surface of the hair. It coats the hair so that when you rinse off the deep conditioner from the hair, there will still be some stuck attached to the surface of the hair, which gives the hair softness, helps with moisture retention, and some ingredients in them will penetrate as well. Some ingredients will penetrate, but most of it will stay on top of the hair. With rinse out conditioners, they rinse off very easily. So I like rinse out conditioners for detangling. For detangling purposes, that's what I use rinse out conditioner for, and then deep conditioners from 2 years and above. But like I said, it depends on your little one's hair needs. If they get to 2 and you feel like they need a bit more, like a deep conditioner, you can start adding that in from 2 years old, but it's not like a definite rule. But if the hair needs it, most of the time around the age of 2, that's when the hair needs something a bit more and you can incorporate deep conditioning. But before that, a rinse out conditioner is fine. Hey Tasha, just here to say a very big thank you to you. We need to see my 4 girls, especially my oldest girl. The reason I called her hair is growing so healthy. Oh yes, texture and length. 4 girls as well. Did I read that right? 4 girls. Guys, you have no excuse. This is 4 girls. Tasha, you're doing amazing. So proud of you and thank you for trusting me. Okay, Mona. I'm pregnant, my hair has become thick, and I'm scared of postpartum hair loss. Please help. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. I've been for postpartum hair loss 3 times. The first time it was terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible. And it was only terrible because I did all of the wrong things. I didn't even know what postpartum shedding was at the time. I did a lot of extensions back to back, especially after I had my baby. I did a lot of extensions that really pulled my edges. So I lost a lot of my edges. I lost a lot of hair because I was doing all the wrong things. I was hardly washing my hair. I was hardly moisturizing it. So because of what I was doing, it made my postpartum shedding worse. But the second and third time, because I knew better, my postpartum shedding was nowhere near as bad. So for you, I would say don't be scared, but just get some knowledge about postpartum shedding. Just know that it's normal. It happens to a lot of us, not all of us, but it happens to a lot of us. And yes, your hair will shed. Your hair is shedding because when you're pregnant, like you said, your hair is thicker, it seems fuller. It's because your hair isn't shedding as it's supposed to. So normally our hair sheds about 50 to 100 strands a day in one day, 50 to 100 strands. But when you're pregnant, that shedding cycle isn't really happening or minimal. So by the time you have the baby now, all of that shed hair that should have been shedding while you're pregnant starts to shed. So that's why you notice like excessive amounts of hair, which is like triple 50 to 100 strands a day. So that is very normal. So yes, you're still going to possibly experience postpartum shedding. However, if you have a good regime from now, so, you're washing your hair maybe weekly or bi-weekly, you're doing your deep treatments, your protein treatments, you're moisturizing your hair when it needs. So basically doing everything you need to for your hair and continuing that if you can, and if you have support with you at home, you're able to still wash your hair, give it all the TLC. Yes, you may experience postpartum shedding, but it isn't going to be as bad as it would be if you're not doing anything. So when you have the baby, try not to just put your hair away for long periods of times, or try not to do any tight styles. Like, really baby your hair and take care of it. That way, the postpartum shedding, yes, it may happen, but like I said, it won't be as bad as if you were doing all the wrong things. Okay, so yeah, you'll be fine, trust me. Um, my 19-month-old hates sleeping with a bonnet, and I also noticed that her hair is dirty from rolling on the floor while playing and throwing tantrums. That's normal. I can't seem to get them all out during wash day. Okay, so you're probably talking about lint. Lint is very normal and very common for babies or children that tend to roll around on the floor. All of that's very normal. When it comes to the bonnet, I would say a lot of them don't like wearing bonnets at that age. When my children were younger, they would literally just chuck it on the floor. As soon as I leave the room, they'll take their bonnets off, chuck it on the floor, and laugh. But what you need to keep doing is just to keep encouraging your little one. When they take it off, put it back on. Maybe for you, if you have a bonnet, let them see you wearing a bonnet as well. That also helps. They like to copy what we do. So if you have a bonnet, that may help. But trust me, eventually they do get their message. Like when it comes to sleep training, potty training, in the beginning, it seems like it's just not going to work. But then as you are persistent and consistent, you notice that eventually they start sleeping through the night. Eventually they start, actually using the potty rather than wetting themselves. Same thing when it comes to, their hair. Over time, they get their message. So what I'll say to you is that keep putting on the bonnet, don't give up. But in the meantime, have like a satin fitted sheet in the cot or toddler bed, whatever they sleep in, have a satin fitted sheet or silk fitted sheet. So even if she or he takes off the bonnet, you're able to have that backup until they get used to the bonnet. Now, when it comes to lint, I actually have a video on my channel on how to remove lint. So this is like the white fluff kind of dirt that looks like they have in their hair. I have a video of how to remove that before you actually shampoo, so that it doesn't spread throughout the hair, make it more difficult to remove. So watch that video on my channel and basically copy what I'm showing in that video, and that should help you take the lint out of the hair. Can you please recommend some products for adult hair care? I have started using grease for my hair. I want to know if I can use a leave-in with shea butter as a cream. And then grease. So grease is a sealant. I've actually got some videos on how to use grease and why grease is great. But grease isn't a moisturizer. Shea butter isn't a moisturizer. You can't use that as your cream. You have to have like a leave-in, a water-based leave-in, a water-based moisturizer, a true moisturizer, and then you want to seal it with a butter or grease, for example. When it comes to recommending products, I don't recommend products on my lives or in this kind of setting. The only way I recommend products is via one-to-one coaching. And that's really because I know nothing about your hair right now. So it's hard for me to say, oh yeah, use this or use that. I'll literally be lying to you because I don't know anything about your hair. It's kind of like going to a doctor or GP. You don't tell them your problems. You just say, just prescribe me something. It's very difficult for them to prescribe you something without knowing certain things about you, your hair, and those kind of things. But once they understand what the problem is, what symptoms you're having, then they can say, okay, because of what you've told me, I'm going to prescribe you this. Same thing when it comes to hair coaches. If we don't understand what your needs are, if we don't understand what your hair needs, your hair type, several different things. If we don't understand that, it's very difficult for us to recommend something. And I'd hate for me to just say something online and just be lying to you, and you go and buy it and then you're like, actually, this didn't work. You said I should use this, but it doesn't work. It's not going to work because I just said whatever, just to say for saying sake, without actually knowing anything about your hair. So yeah, I only do that via one-to-one coaching. But if you want to use grease, you need to make sure that you are moisturizing the hair first with a leave-in conditioner or moisturizer, and then you use grease as your sealant to lock in, trap in that moisture, or slow down the evaporation of moisture from the hair. But like I said, I have a video on how to use grease, and I have a video talking about the benefits of grease. So check out that video on my channel. I actually have a video on my channel showing how I trim my daughter's hair in twists. Check out that video. That's same thing when it comes to trimming split end. So check out that video and that should help you. Hey Angel, I love watching your channel. My daughter has had great results. You have taught me a lot. Ah, amazing, amazing. Guys, one thing you're going to get from me if you follow me on YouTube, Instagram, is that I'm going to give a lot of information out for free. Like literally, I share so much, and that's literally because not everyone can afford to pay for one-to-one coaching with me or hair audit call or to join my membership or purchase any of my classes. So I give information out for free so that I can help as many people as possible. The only thing when it comes to my free information or videos is that it's not specific to your child. It's just general information. However, that general information can be applied and you can still get results. So if you can't afford any of my services, join my memberships, purchase any of my classes, don't feel bad or anything like that, because this is the reason why I'm actually sat here live talking to you. This is the reason why I make YouTube videos. This is why in my YouTube videos, you see, I always say, download my free guide, download my free guide. It's not because I'm bored. It's because I want to help you even further. So I give out so much for free because I truly care, guys. Like, I'm not doing it for any hidden agenda. It's because I actually care. I don't even know if there's many coaches out there that actually dedicate making videos on YouTube showing what they do to their children's hair. Like, how many coaches do you know actually do this for free? Some coaches won't say nothing to you unless you book a consultation. Some coaches won't even come live to answer your questions because they don't have time for that. Do you know what I mean? But for me, I make the time because I want to help as many people as possible. I share what I use, how I take care of my children's hair. It's not a secret. It's all on my YouTube videos, and I'm going to be doing even more videos because I truly care and because I actually want to help you guys out. So like I said before, if you're not able to purchase any of my courses right now, or even book me for one-on-one coaching, just make use of all of my videos, all of my free guides. Like, really immerse yourself in all of that information, apply it to your little one's hair. You've seen the comments that's come through. There've been other moms who have never booked me for anything. They've just literally watched my videos and they're getting results. So what I teach on here really does work. So definitely make the most of it if you can. You're welcome. You're welcome, Miss Riel. Hope I'm pronouncing your name right. Jessica. Okay. My goal is to see my daughter's hair grow in length retention and see her edges grow as well. That is achievable. That is achievable for sure. Very, very achievable goal. Very, very achievable. And I know at the end of 2022, you'll be coming here with a testimony saying, Novella, you should see my daughter's length. You should see her edges now, for sure. If you do all the right things, be consistent, that is an achievable goal. I love it. Neka, maintaining length for my daughter, get advice for postpartum hair loss. First time was very savage. It can be savage, trust me. It can be very savage. Postpartum shed is not something to be messed with, trust me. If you mess with postpartum shedding, it will mess with you. Big time. Big time. I've been there. Not good. Okay. Number one, look after my newborn twins' hair. They will be born by then. Amen to that. I hope you have a safe and speedy delivery. Have healthy hair routine for myself. growing the edges. Perfect. So for you, my advice to you is to watch some of my videos on how to care for your newborn's hair. Download my newborn checklist, guys. So by the time your twins arrive, you know what you have to do at the newborn stage. So at the newborn stage is very simple, very easy, nothing complicated. You're not introducing products into their regime. Very, very simple. So that when they come, you know. But just know as well that their hair is going to go through different changes. I talk about that in my videos anyway, but their hair is going to go through different changes, like texture change. They may go through balding. Some babies go through balding, very normal. They may have cradle cap, very normal again. So they're going to go through different stages. So don't be worried, don't be concerned. As long as you know what these things are, once you see or recognize them, you know what to do, if that makes sense. So take a look at my newborn videos, and that should also help you prepare. When it comes to postpartum shedding, that's something that you may experience. Again, I have a video on postpartum shedding. I also have a guide on postpartum shedding. Take a look at that and prepare yourself. So when postpartum shedding starts, which usually starts around a 2 or 3 month mark after you've given birth, again, you know what to do so that postpartum shedding isn't as bad as if you weren't doing anything at all. But yeah, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. Yeah, so when it comes to shampoos are different. We have different types of shampoos. We have your moisturizer. When I say moisturizing, I mean it isn't as stripping. So the surfactants in there are more gentle in comparison to a clarifying shampoo. So your moisturizing, cleansing shampoo is something that you could use on a weekly or bi-weekly basis. When it comes to a clarifying shampoo, the surfactants in there are slightly more harsher, more stripping. They're supposed to remove all of the oils build up from the hair, kind of give the hair like a reset. That is a different type of shampoo, and it's not something that you could use on a weekly or bi-weekly basis, especially for our hair type. It's something you'd use like maybe every 4 to 6 weeks. So yeah, when it comes to shampoos, we have different types of shampoos. And that's only two that we've mentioned. The other shampoos as well, like chelating shampoos. So a shampoo that you would use if your little one was going swimming, for example. You have like clarifying and chelating shampoos in one. I prefer those shampoos rather than having a cleansing shampoo, a moisturizing shampoo, a clarifying shampoo, and then a chelating shampoo. I like to have it two in one. But yeah, they're different types of shampoos. Hey, only me. Welcome. I hope you're enjoying the live. For those that are joining or watching a replay, I come on live on YouTube once a month. So at the beginning of every month, I come live with different topics, and I'm always here to answer your questions as well. Okay. Hey, greetings from Germany. Love it, love it. I've been to Germany. I love Germany. Please check your DM. Tasha, I don't actually check my DMs anymore. My virtual assistant helps me. I get so many DMs, so many DMs. Before I was able to really go through like all of my DMs, but there's so many, like hundreds of DMs, hundreds of DMs, and it'll be really impossible for me to check every one of them and also answer the questions. It gets a lot. That's why I come on live so I can answer your questions live. Whereas in the DMs is becoming too much. So if I'm going to be honest, my main focus is answering questions in my membership. So like I said to you, I have about 100 moms in our membership currently. They have questions for me. So my main focus is answering their questions. We have like a private Telegram group, and they always send me messages and I respond to the messages. So then having that and then my Instagram DMs is too much for me. So that's my main focus. And then of course, when I come live, I can answer your questions. So if it's just general questions, my virtual assistant will respond maybe with a video, a link to book a consultation with me or something like that. If it's something serious that needs my attention, she definitely will forward it to me. But if it's just general question or advice or something like that, either come on live and I'll answer your questions, or book a follow-up hair audit call or something with me so we can have a conversation. I can answer all of your questions, if that makes sense. But guys, please don't feel offended if I don't personally respond to your DMs. I just need a bit of help over here. Yeah, I can't do it all by myself anymore. It's just very overwhelming. It's a lot. Your free tips videos guide was the start of my daughter's hair journey. It's nourishing and growing. Thank you. You're welcome, Neka. So happy. So happy that's the case. A fan on Instagram. Whoop, whoop. My attention, since you're on my Instagram as well, is that my attention is going to be mainly on YouTube now. So you can notice that I'm doing more videos. I'm going live on YouTube rather than Instagram. And the reason why I'm doing that is because on Instagram, everything is searchable. Whereas Instagram, when I'm posting tips and advice or going live, it just kind of gets lost. You can't search for any of the information. And because of that, I get a lot of DMs asking me very similar questions. Whereas on YouTube, you just search and my videos will come up. And I find that way I'm able to help more people because they're finding my information or finding my tips, my videos, rather than on Instagram. So if you notice I'm not going live on Instagram, it's not because I don't like it. It's just because I have more impact on YouTube. So I always post on Instagram when I'm going live here. So you can always join here anyway. But yeah, I'm still on Instagram though, especially on my stories. But no, ladies, it's been amazing. It's been amazing. If you're watching a replay, I hope you enjoyed this live. And for those mamas on this live, I hope because of this live session, you're now going to set some goals and you know exactly what actions you need to take in order to hit those goals. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing the amazing results you're going to get with your little one's hair. Remember, if you need help, I'm here to help you for sure. I'll definitely be posting more videos in 2022 to help you even further. Yeah, and I'm here to support you and help you achieve your goals for your little one's hair. So if you don't have any other questions, I am going to love and leave you. And then I'll be back live next month. First week in January, New Year, I'll be back live. And then as I mentioned, I'll also be on here with my YouTube videos as well, sharing some more tips and advice. But guys, I always love coming on live, speaking with you. I really do enjoy it. And I hope you enjoy it too. So I'm just going to wait a few seconds to see if you have any more questions for me. This is funny. Do you know what? This is actually funny because I'm actually going to record a video on this very topic this weekend, and it's going to be coming soon. So I'm not going to answer it now, but I'm dedicating a whole video to rice water. Oh, is it rice water you're talking about? Rice protein. Are you talking about rice water or rice protein? That's two different things. Let me know which one you actually mean. If it's rice water, I'm dedicating a whole video to that. So I'll let you know. I think you mean rice water. But yeah, I'm excited for that video. You're going to know everything I think about that. Merry Christmas in advance and a Happy New Year too in advance, just in case we don't speak. Okay, it seems like you don't have any more questions, so I'm gonna love and leave you, and hopefully I will see you again in a new year. Next week I have a new video coming out for you, so look out for that. Take care, guys. Speak soon. Bye.